Imagine waking up one morning, opening your eyes, and feeling like something is different. At first, everything looks normal. Your room is the same, your phone is beside you, and sunlight is coming through the window. But then, you look at the clock on the wall, and suddenly, the second hand stops moving. The sound around you disappears. A glass of water falling from your desk freezes in midair. And that is the moment you realize something impossible has happened. You have a superpower. At first, having a superpower would feel like the greatest thing ever. You could fly above traffic, move faster than anyone else, become invisible whenever you wanted, or maybe even read people's minds. It sounds like a dream. It sounds like the kind of life everyone would want. But if superpowers existed in the real world, things would not be as simple as they look in superhero movies. Because in movies, superpowers are usually shown as exciting and heroic. Someone gets powers, wears a costume, saves people, and becomes famous. But the real world is different. The real world has laws, governments, fear, money, jealousy, and people who cannot always be trusted. So the real question is not, would superpowers be cool? The real question is, could the world survive if humans actually had them? Think about it. If someone could read minds, privacy would almost disappear. Your secrets, your fears, your plans, and even your lies could be exposed instantly. People might be scared to stand near someone with that ability. Friendships could fall apart. Relationships could collapse. Because sometimes, the thoughts people keep hidden are the only reason society stays peaceful. Now imagine someone who can become invisible. At first, it sounds fun. You could sneak into places, avoid people, or disappear whenever life gets stressful. But in reality, invisibility would be terrifying. Banks, houses, offices, and even military bases would never be fully secure again. How do you stop a criminal you cannot see? How do you prove what they did if no camera can record them? And what about someone who can stop time? That might be one of the most dangerous powers of all. If one person could freeze the entire world even for a few minutes, they could steal anything, escape anywhere, or change events without anyone knowing. To everyone else, it would look like nothing happened. But for that one person, the whole world would become powerless. This is why governments would probably react very quickly. The moment they discover that humans with superpowers exist, they would not just celebrate them. They would study them, track them, and maybe even try to control them. Not because every superpowered person is evil, but because one uncontrolled person with the wrong ability could become more dangerous than an army. A person who can destroy a building with one punch is not just a citizen anymore. They are a walking weapon. Countries might start competing to find the strongest superpowered people. Instead of racing to build better tanks, faster jets, or stronger missiles, nations might race to recruit humans with the most powerful abilities. One country might want someone who can control fire. Another might want someone who can create earthquakes. Another might search for people who can predict the future. And once that happens, superpowers would no longer be about saving people. They would become part of politics, war, and power. But even outside governments, normal life would change completely. Schools would need strange new rules. No mind reading during exams. No teleporting out of class. No using super strength in sports. No freezing time to finish homework. What used to be normal would suddenly need new laws, new security systems, and new punishments. Sports would become almost impossible to keep fair. Imagine a football player who can run faster than a car. Imagine a boxer who can punch through concrete. Imagine a basketball player who can jump over the entire court. At that point, is it still talent? Is it still training? Or is the game already broken before it begins? Jobs would change too. People with useful powers might become extremely valuable. Someone who can heal injuries could become more important than a hospital. Someone who can lift heavy objects could replace machines. Someone who can control electricity could power entire cities. But this would also create a painful problem. What happens to normal people when superpowered people can do their jobs better, faster, and cheaper? Over time, society might split into two groups, people with powers and people without them. And that difference could create fear, anger, and jealousy. Some people might worship superpowered humans like gods. Others might hate them and see them as threats. The world could become divided, not by race, money, or country, but by power. And here is the scary part. The most dangerous powers might not be the ones that look the coolest. Flying is amazing, super strength is impressive, teleportation is useful, but the truly terrifying powers are the quiet ones. Mind control, memory manipulation, future vision, and the ability to influence emotions. A person with those powers would not need to fight. They could control people without anyone realizing it. Imagine someone who can control minds. They could make a judge change a decision, make a politician start a war, make a rich person give away everything, or make an innocent person confess to a crime they never committed. That kind of power would be almost impossible to detect. And the worst part is, the world might never know who was really responsible. Or imagine someone who can see the future. They could win every bet, control the stock market, avoid every danger, and always stay one step ahead of everyone else. At first, people might think they are lucky, but eventually they could become one of the most powerful people on Earth, because knowledge of the future is not just information, it is control. So if humans had superpowers in the real world, life would not become a simple superhero movie. There would be no clear line between heroes and villains. Some people would save lives, some would abuse their power, some would hide, some would become famous, and some would become feared. Maybe superpowers would not make humans better. Maybe they would only reveal what was already inside us. Now imagine this. Tomorrow morning, you wake up with one superpower. No warning, no explanation, just one ability that could change your life forever. Would you use it to help people? Would you hide it? Or would you slowly become addicted to the power? And the biggest question is, if you could choose only one superpower, what would it be? Write your answer in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more what if stories.